This video is all about frog trimming. I'm going to take you through two different horses with very different hooves and show you how I decide which parts of the frog I trim and which parts of the frog I leave. When I first pick out and clean up the foot, I'm just going to be generally assessing where the hoof's at, how long is the hoof wall, is the sole shedding, what's going on with the bars, do I see thresh. In this case, the sole has shed a lot. See these huge bars? It's because all this sole just popped out. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these excess bars off. And this horse has really nice thick soles. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to help this sole shed. This is not something I do on every horse, but I will do it on this horse. And I'm not doing this very hard at all. Just shedding off this top flaky sole. I am going to get to the frogs. When I trim the hoof, I usually start with the bars and just see what's going on with the sole, and then I trim the frog, and then I go to the hoof wall and heels. So this is just the process. I'm gonna come, these bars are really long, right there. That just flaked off. There's a little funkiness underneath there. Come to this frog. I wanna find the true tip of the frog. So that's like where the frog attaches to the sole. And right here, there's frog growing over where it attaches to the sole. Come on. So I just trimmed this back a little bit, and it wasn't a ton, but I'm using where my frog is and the tip of my frog to help me decide how far back to take the toe. So that's something I always want to check on the frog. And this is all really shedding frog. This is a flap. I'm going to trim this. In this case, on this horse, these heels are really high. There's a lot of heel to take off. And I don't want the frog in the heels right now. Come on. The frog in the heels right now are at the same level. If I'm going to take these heels down and back, I don't want the frog sticking way above where the heels are going to be. And this central sulcus, this piece of frog that forms in there sometime, luckily there's not a deep crevice under here. There's no central sulcus infection in this horse, but I still want to keep that clear. Come on. So I like to open up the central sulcus without over trimming. You know, every time you cut the frog, you are exposing it, exposing fresh frog that is going to be more susceptible to bacteria and infection. But that doesn't mean you just never trim the frog because you're worried about that. So I go for the central sulcus, I go for the tip of the frog. And I want to go for any frog growing over into the collateral groove. So on this side, it looks really good. But on this side, I'm gonna come in with my bonsai nippers. I'm gonna trim this. This is not really part of the frog, but I like to trim these, especially before I trim the hoof wall, because sometimes they get in the way of my sighting down the foot and checking for balance. I just like all this to be cleaned up. I see, I'm kind of just looking for any, come on. I'm looking for any pockets of infection, like here. And like I said, because I'm bringing the heels down, I am gonna bring all this down. I'm just kind of waiting to see how much. I'm gonna trim this off. And I'm just trying to see what's underneath of here. Okay. Little pocket there. There was that pocket. Get the rest of that bar running out to the sole. So you can see where it's become the true hard sole plane, and there's not super chalky powdery stuff coming off anymore. So now actually, before I decide how much of this frog to take down, I'm going to trim the rest of the hoof. Now before I pull the foot forward, I'm going to check, and I see this is way higher. The frog is definitely meant to cushion the hoof and bear weight and be a shock absorber, but it shouldn't be the highest part of the foot. It shouldn't be the sole weight bearer. That can become too much pressure. This is just some chalky stuff, some flaky stuff. Just like his sole was shedding, his frog is shedding too. Right, I'm gonna trim this because there's some little gunk under there. I kind of wanted to see. Okay. Last bit is right over this collateral groove. I'm gonna do this on both sides. This is why you want to clean up the collateral grooves, because see, this dirt, manure, and whatever can get trapped under those flaps of the frog. And this frog actually looks really nice right now. There isn't any thrush, there isn't any, this is just dirt packed deep because he has a thick sole. He's got deep collateral grooves. So I'm gonna throw some Artemud on here to cover what I trimmed and what is exposed, but I'm not gonna trim, but that's just to protect it and prevent anything. Coming on this foot here, sometimes I'll just trim these off first, just as kind of a starting off point. But this frog is super overgrown. These bars need to come down. I'm gonna come just trim the top of this frog down. There is so much frog here, and it's all these big flaps that aren't really attached anymore. They're ready to come off. The central sulcus needs to be opened up. There we go. And I'm just kind of trimming what naturally comes off. You'll see what's ready to shed and what's not. See, this is like an extra little flap. That's just getting in the way of these collateral grooves. Come on. All the way up to the top of the collateral grooves I want open. And that's all this frog needed. I just did a nice cleanup, found the true tip of the frog. All these giant loose flaps came off and opened the collateral grooves in the central sulcus. And really healthy all over. Looking at this back foot here, different horse, thinner soles. Much thinner soles, flatter coffin bone angle. Here, that can come off. This frog does need some trimming. I've been really conservative with her frog trims. All her frogs are getting ready to shed, so I'm just deciding at what, how much I'm gonna help them. So opening up the collateral groove on this one. See, this will cause a huge pressure point in the foot. I'm going to trim this, because it was raised up higher than everything else. I'm going to trim the other side, so it's a little more even with that part that came off. But I'm not going to peel off this whole top layer that will come off soon. But the new frog underneath is still forming. So even though it looks a little wonky, like all this layer is gonna come off. That's why there's that crack there. The new frog is underneath. Maybe I'll trim up this a little bit. Tip of the frog. I'm not trimming it to look perfect every time. This is now a front foot. The first thing I'm just gonna do is clean it out really well. Kind of similar. It's frog shedding season right now, so while both horses are shedding frogs, I might treat them a little differently. So there's her new frog underneath. And this is really peeling up, but I'm not gonna fully, I'm not gonna fully take it all off yet. Just because I want to keep as much protection on there as possible. And oh, she's peeing. Okay, Molly. All right, where was I? It's a pee on here. Lovely. So you could say she even just took a few steps and it started to shed off on its own. So that just goes to show that they'll shed when they're ready. Come on. Hey. I'm just gonna come back along here. Okay, I'm gonna have to rinse this foot off after I trim it and put Artemid on there, because I really don't want that urine going directly onto this freshly trimmed frog, which I'll have to do that on all 4 feet because this is the last foot I'm on. But yeah, I'm just coming here. I'm gonna be bringing her heels down some, but not gonna bring them down lower than this frog is. Just kind of trimming these flaps, like right there, and here along the side of the collateral groove. There's that new frog underneath. And I'm going to trim down the central sulcus. And I don't want to take all this away. It seemed like the frog was ready to shed at the tip, but not at the back. So I'm going to leave that. Trim up these bars. Then do the rest of the hoof trim. And I guess I'm going to go rinse all her feet and put Artemid.